This video covers field mapping. So we have the API from Paylocity mapped to Microsoft Entra, and the first step is going to be license configuration. So this is important whenever you want a user created in Microsoft Entra and you want a license to be added to that user. It's important to keep some licenses allocated for this purpose already in Microsoft Entra so that you can have the licenses assigned automatically. So you can sync licenses, and this will allow you to auto assign licensing or not, right? So we don't have any licenses, so we'll just turn this off. Okay. So without any changes, the mapping's set to map ID to employee ID. So this is Paylocity ID to Microsoft Entra ID. You can see that by these columns up here. So Paylocity source field to Microsoft Graph. First name is going to be the given name, last name, surname, one-to-one relationship. We have some transformations here that are applied to other scenarios that your company might have. One thing to think about is the name configuration. Some companies have first initial dot last name, first initial last name without a dot, first name dot last name, preferred name from Paylocity if it exists, dot last name. There's many different configurations, so we've tried to account for all of those here. If you're running into trouble, please reach out. We could add more configurations, but we're going to just leave these the same, and then we're going to have account enabled, so it'll set this to true, and then full name. So the display name will be the full name, and that will be first name, last name. The email nickname will be generated automatically as well. The emails from names is going to be the first name dot last name. But we have a choice here to be able to do that. So it's going to be your UPN in Microsoft Entra. We're choosing the phone number. So the work phone number is going to be business phone. The work location email is going to be mail, so no changes there. We can format the phone number here. Email to other mails, so if they have, their personal email and you want that mapped to other mail, then that would be done here. You could leave it no changes. Pass through data without modification. And then we have professional information. So this is going to be contingent upon how your company is structured on how you're going to want your cost centers mapped to your other endpoints, right? So cost center 2 is going to be department, and there's going to be no modification here. Employee type is going to be mapped to employee type. Position description is going to be mapped to job title. And we have full flexibility to be able to go in and make modifications based on Paylocity here. Cost center 1 is mapped to office location, default out of the box. And then we have address, all the address information for work locations, mapped to all of the applicable Microsoft Graph fields. Hire date, mapped to hire date. Manager is going to be pulled from the users that is incoming, their manager, right? So it's going to look at the manager. It's going to go get that information. It's going to add the manager to the user within Microsoft Entra, which will then, Office 365 is driven off of Microsoft Entra. And then we have career level code here and some extra custom fields that we can choose to be mapped. So this is our mapping layer. And once we save all of this, we can then move into our webhook configuration. So from here, this will allow you to generate a PDF that Paylocity will need, or you can copy the webhook URL and enter it into your PDF yourself, right? So this will enable you to add in your information that will then be exported into a sheet that you will have to give Paylocity in order to make this active. From here, after this is done, You'll then give it to Paylocity, and then they'll input the webhooks on their servers, and then you're good to go. So that's how we're going to run through the field mapping layer. Next, we'll cover the sync.